There are so many AI tools out there right now. There are tools for generating images, there are tools for editing images, there are tools that can recolor black and white photos, and there are even AI tools that will give you perfectly clean audio, which I made a video about, you can watch it around here. But there's nothing really out there for professionals to use for color grading. Now, I know Runway ML have their sort of color grading AI out at the moment, and I've tried it, and it is good, but it's not something I'd ever actually use for professional work, at least not yet. But today, I want to show you something that I stumbled upon recently, and I want to show you how, using AI, you can take an image like this and turn it into this. So we're going to be using two different software for this. We're going to be using DaVinci Resolve for the coloring and Midjourney for the AI. Now, this actually works with the free version of Resolve and the free version of Midjourney. So provided you're using both, this method is actually entirely free.
Actually though, it's not.
I've been up since like 3 a.m. I don't hear the hate, what y'all say ain't in. All I know is go, all I know is grind. I'm on your head, all I know is climb, just know I'm different.
So we are here in Resolve, and you see I've pulled in my footage already. It's all just stock footage for now. And I have duplicates of my clips, which I'll explain later. But the first step to this process is, for one, identifying the style you want. Now, obviously, if you are in the color grading stage, hopefully you've already sort of identified that. You have your reference, you have your Pinterest board, you know what you're going for. But if you haven't, now is the time to do it, because you're going to need that description when you come to Midjourney. Secondly is you need to obviously identify what kind of footage you have. For example, I have a footage of this guy here. He looks like he's going through New York. It looks like it's maybe 4 p.m., 3 p.m., midday, something like that. So that's important. So for this clip, I think I want something that looks very classically cinematic, something that's that kind of like Kodak 2383 kind of look, like just a Hollywood movie look. Walking through New York this time of day, I think would really lend well to that. So I'm going to pop into Midjourney. If you haven't used Midjourney, I'll just go over very quickly. To get a generation, you just hit dash, imagine, and then hit return. And so keeping in mind what we want to get the best results, you want to basically describe what your image is and then describe to Midjourney how you want it to look. Within 60 seconds or so, we're going to have an image. Okay, and our images are done. So let's see what we got here. I think, well, for one, it's Midjourney V5. So this, I'm going to sort of glide over the fact that these just look so good. But I'm going to look more at the colors at these. Now, the thing that I wanted out of this when talking about that Kodak sort of look, or that 2330, whatever, is that they have great color separation in the highlights and shadows. And you'll see it's really sort of exemplified in this image here with the very kind of blue, cool tone shadows and these warm highlights. So let's upscale that one. So to do that, I'm going to hit U4. So going back to the color page now, you'll see that this is just a fresh node or a fresh clip. There's no edits done to whatsoever. It kind of, when I downloaded it, it was already somewhat Rec 709. So we don't have to do an initial correction to it. What we're going to do is create a new node over here. And all you got to do is find the picture that you want. Make sure that the clip that you want to edit is highlighted. Right click. And then you want to hit shot match to this clip. And it's done. And it gives us this very sort of like Hollywood style color grade. Now, it's not perfect all the time out of the bat. A lot of the time it will take a little bit of tweaking. I found for whatever reason, the images tend to be a little bit green. So let's just like remove some of the green in this image right now. And then let's just do a quick back and forth. Before, after. Before, and then after. It's given it a proper look. It's great. I'm really impressed with this. So let's go to another clip. We have this clip here, of a redhead model on here. It's a very nice shot, and you'll see I've already done some corrections to bring it to Rec 709 and kind of give it a little bit of a look. You'll see beforehand it was just totally log. So I just brought it to this place because I wanted it to do that. So for this one, I want maybe more of a, say, medium format look. Something with very soft highlights, maybe a little desaturated, something a little bit more fashion-y though, you know? I think at the moment it's quite punchy, which is fine. I mean, I think it looks good now, but I want to give it a little bit more of a look. So let's go back to Midjourney. So same as before, we are going to just hit Shift Imagine. And for this one, we're going to just describe the image, same as last time. Okay, so these pictures are done and they're looking good. They definitely have the sort of shallow depth that medium format gives off, but I'm not too jazzed on the look in general. So I'm going to edit the prompt a little bit. I'm going to add stylize 1000. Now, I'm not going to go into what this means. If you want a breakdown of all the different parameters inside Midjourney, there are so many YouTube channels and YouTube videos dedicated to just that. This is only a quick little tutorial. I'm not going to deep dive into Midjourney. Okay, and we're done. And you'll see here, since adding the stylize parameter, Midjourney has kind of gone and just done its own thing, which is great, which I love. It's like changed the lighting between them. It's added this light in the background here. Oh, it looks great. Now, just looking at some of these photos, I think I like the look of this one the most. I think this is kind of giving that desaturated film look. I love the color of the wall behind, so let's upscale too. And let's pop back into Resolve. So just like last time, let's go over. We got our images here. Drag it in. And let's just place it on the timeline. Doesn't really matter where you place it. Adjacent to your image, I guess, works best. So then it just shows up here. And we have our image here. So let's come to the end of our node tree here. And I'm going to create a new node. And then just like last time, shot match clip. It's definitely given it a look. Like I said last time, it has a tendency to make things really green. I don't know why. I hope that Resolve can maybe fix that in the future. But generally speaking, it's really changed the look. So let's go over to a corrector node here and let's pull down the green, right? Let's pull down the green and let's pull down the red a little bit. Something like that. Maybe pull down the red a little more, like that, and then pull down the green. Just so we get a nice kind of white. And then in doing so, it made it a little bit dark. So I'm just going to pump the exposure here. Just going to pump the exposure here to get it to that nice place. So that's looking pretty good. Now we can go one step further, and I'm just going to create a new node here. And I'm going to just qualify the skin tones. Just get a very quick qualification. I'm not even going to care about the shirt. That's fine. I just want something really, really quick. And I'm just going to add a little bit of warmth. So we get something that matches that reference image. See it coming here. A lot of warmth in the face, even though it's quite a cool image. Those kind of film looks, there's a lot of warmth in the face. So I kind of want to just do something similar. Now, again, this isn't a Resolve tutorial in terms of color grading. If you want to learn how to do all this stuff properly, there are so many great channels worth checking out. Okay, and so here's why I had the duplicate clips. I want to show you a quick back and forth. So this is our colored clip. Let's actually just full screen that. This is the colored clip, and this is the original. And isn't there just such a difference? The colors are just so rich in the edited clip. While there's nothing wrong with the original, it is a little flat, whereas this new colored version, it really pops. And it looks so good. It looks so much richer and so much more like film. I'm super happy with that. Let's look at the last clip. Okay, and here is our last clip. So here is a nice shot of couple in the desert here. Again, this was log, and so I've just done a very quick conversion here, turning it into Rec 709, and I will walk you through the steps just very quickly. So over here as our last node is our color space transform, taking it from the Blackmagic color space to just Rec 709. That's because the clip was shot on a Blackmagic 6K. And I put that at the very end here because this, all the sort of primary edits you want to make to color grade, you want to do up the river, I guess, or up the line from your transform. When your transform is going to squish everything and it's going to really just compress all that data into a Rec 709 image. So if you want to make any sort of exposure or color changes, it's always best to do them before your color space transform. So that's why I have a nice little, this is just a level here. This will be our color correction node. And this is going to be just a nice little curve to get a little bit more contrast into the image. Let's have a quick look. Nice shot. Lovely lighting, great time of day. But what I want is that like super blue hour look. I want this to be like cold, to be like freaking cinematic, just to look cool, okay? So let's go to Midjourney once more. So for this one, I want it to look cinematic, but like gritty cinematic. I want it to be almost like Sicario, those kind of desert scenes. Okay, and it's done. Let's take a look at the images. And this is exactly what I was looking for. This kind of look, this blue, gorgeous, rich tones. And I like this one the most. So, you know what we're going to do, upscale that. Click, save. Okay, we're back in Resolve. I brought the new image in next to our old images. And you know the drill, I'm just gonna make a new node at the end, this time because I've already got the Rec 709 conversion, so I want to apply the look on top of that. It doesn't have to go before it because I don't want the color space transform messing with the look. So I'm gonna get the new node here, right click, shall match clip, and it does the same thing. It makes it just so green, which I don't know why. It's kind of annoying, but it's fine, we can fix it. So I'm just gonna pull some of that green out. So because I want this one to look a little grittier, like it's 16mm film, let's add a film grain on top of it just to really get that effect. So this unfortunately is only available in the paid version of Resolve, in Resolve Studio. And it defaults to 16mm, but I'm gonna make it real. I'm gonna make it 500T and I'm gonna just boost, just really crunch that up, so. Okay, and now looking at that, you can see, I don't know if you can see it on YouTube, I can see it here. There's a really, really nice texture given off from the film, like right there. Oh yeah, it looks good. Okay, let's cut that back. And same as last time, let's just look at a quick comparison before and after. Here's after with the look applied, and before, no look. And just look at the difference there. It is seriously night and day. Now this is looking very red because obviously it was a warm shot, and the other image in comparison is very blue. But just the look in general is so, so nice. And if you want as well, you can even take the look that you've created. Say it's come to a point here, and say you think it looks too strong, you can come to your key output, your gain, and just bring it down. And you're turning on and off, you're fading in the intensity of the look. So that's it. This is something I really did just stumble across recently from just playing around with Resolve and seeing what I can do and trying to find a way in which I could use Midjourney to my advantage. And I think this is seriously just so cool. I'm going to turn all the looks I got from today into LUTs. So if you want to download them, just go to the link below and you'll get 3 LUTs totally free that you can play with and see how they look on your footage. But if you've made it this far, I want to say thank you a lot, for real. It's crazy that I've been making videos this consistently for this long, since the end of January, I guess. And I think I missed 1 week. Hopefully by the time this comes out, I won't have missed any others, but I've missed 1 week at the time of filming. And to think that I've even been able to maintain this sort of level of output is just nuts to me. The truth of the matter is that I just enjoy doing this, and I enjoy having a reason to play around, having a reason to just explore these programs and do things and use them in ways that I wouldn't have before when I was just working with them professionally. But I get such fulfillment out of showing this kind of stuff to you guys, hearing your feedback, hearing what you think, your thoughts. So once again, let me know your thoughts on this. You can either let me know down below in the comment section, or you can just like and subscribe, and I'll know that you think they're pretty dang cool. So anyway, I want to say thank you one more time from the bottom of my heart. Thank you, especially if you checked out this far. For my recommendation, I suggest, what do I suggest? Succession. I suggest Succession. If you haven't been watching it, obviously it's like the biggest show out right now. I only started watching it just before the season 4 premiere, and I loved every second of it. I think it's amazing, and obviously they don't need me pushing it, like it's a huge show. But anyway, if you haven't checked it out, or if you're thinking about checking it out, it's so worth it. Just like do it. Just like binge the whole thing. The show is just so good. They shoot all on actual film as well, which is crazy for a TV series in 2023 to be doing that. I had to look up because I was like, wow, this show, the film emulation on this show looks freaking great, only to look it up and find out, oh, okay, it looks good because it's just actually film. So there's that. For today, similarly, I'd love to hear what shows you've been watching. What it's something that you've been binging or just enjoying. Maybe you don't have to binge it, whatever. No, I'm not even big on binging shows. But what's something that you've been enjoying recently? Let me know. I'd love to find out. I'd love to hear from you. And my name is Robin, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.